Hi guys, it's Kino. Welcome to another video. So as you can see from the title, in today's pick a card reading, we are going to be getting messages and predictions for your love life in the rest of 2023. This is the second video in my rest of 2023 series. I did not too long ago just a general prediction for the rest of your year, so I'll have that link down below if you haven't checked that out yet and you would like to. But today is all about your love life. I'm gonna go a little bit more in depth about what exactly this reading entails once you have chosen your group. But basically, we are seeing what events will be unfolding in your love life from now, whenever you happen to be watching this, until December 31st, until the very end of 2023. So there are 4 readings for you guys to choose from today. I'm going to show you each of these crystals up close one by one, and then please pick whichever one you feel drawn to the most. Number 1 is clear quartz. Number 2 is rose quartz. Number 3 is Chrysocolla. And number 4 is flower agate. Okay, so as always, take all the time you need to pick. You can pause the video if you need to. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with number 1. Hi number ones, so if you guys chose the clear quartz, this is going to be a reading all about your love life in the rest of 2023. So here is the full breakdown of today's reading. Here on YouTube, we are gonna start with an energy check. So we're gonna look at your current energy towards love and then look at your energy towards love at the end of 2023 and sort of compare those two energies and see what is changing for you. And then we are gonna look at a chronological breakdown of the events that will be happening in your love life from now until the end of 2023. And then we have an extended reading today. In the extended, we're gonna look at what happens after 2023. So whatever situation you're in at the end of this year, is it going to last or is it going to change after 2023? And what is the final outcome of these developments in your love life? And we're also gonna get messages from the person or the people who are in your love life. And this could be a message from their 3D self, or it could be a message from their higher self, whoever would like to come through. So that is the reading today. We're gonna get right into your energy check. So I have 2 of each of these cards. This is going to represent your current energy, and this is going to represent the energy you'll be in at the end of 2023. So for your current energy, we have the 6 of Cups in reverse, remembering the past, memories, revisiting the past, someone returns from the past, and nostalgic. We also have Sun in Scorpio here, which could be someone's placement, or it could be a time of the year that's going to be significant. The Sun will be in Scorpio from roughly late October to late November. We have Trust in reverse. Turmeric with the keyword belief. The trigger statement, it is too late, 2:22 on the camera timer. The true statement, I am free to believe. You are clearing away beliefs, energy, and memories that no longer serve you, so the necessary decisions will be made. Interesting that we have this message of remembering the past, and then this card that talks about clearing away memories. And then we have the full moon in Taurus, your dreams need a practical plan. This is very interesting because if I'm not mistaken, the full moon in Taurus in 2023 is gonna happen in Scorpio season. So Scorpio season could be quite significant for you guys. For your energy at the end of the year, we have more Taurus, the Hierophant, in the upright, religious traditions, rulers, leaders, right and wrong, programming, conforming, institutions, convention, faith, marriage, and values. We have magic in reverse, calming with the keyword acceptance. The trigger statement, I cannot trust anyone. And we have trust in reverse here. The true statement, everyone deserves my love. I open my heart to heal and release. I open myself to the peace of divine love and grace. And then, oh my gosh, new moon in Scorpio, work through your fears. Taurus and Scorpio energy coming through quite a bit. And it's so interesting because in 2023, we will have a new full moon in Taurus at the beginning of Scorpio season, followed by a new moon in Scorpio. Late October and the month of November seems to be a very significant time for this group. Or you could be dealing with someone who has Taurus or Scorpio placements. If you're more familiar with astrology, you could be dealing with someone who is your sister sign, which roughly, it's like the zodiac sign opposite you. So roughly it means that your birthdays are around 6 months apart. But anyway, let's get into the meanings of all these cards. It definitely looks like in your current energy towards love, group number 1, you are healing some pain from the past, especially healing trust issues that have come from a previous relationship. We have remembering the past and we have trust in reverse right next to it. So right away, this gave me the vibe of someone who has trust issues from their past. This could be from a previous romantic relationship where someone hurt you, betrayed you, went behind your back. Or it could be trust issues in the sense of I can't really trust people's commitment because one day it seems like they're all in and now they're having second thoughts. Now they're being wishy-washy. And then clearing away beliefs, energy, and memories that no longer serve you. It seems like in your current energy, you are actively working to heal this, but you understand with this magic card in reverse that this is not just something that's going to magically heal. You need to take practical steps to heal this wound. This group, you might be coming to the realization that whatever had happened to you in the past, however your trust was broken, that was not your fault at all. But moving forward, if you want to have valuable relationships, if you want to trust people again, it is your responsibility to heal those wounds. You're coming to terms that it was not your fault, but moving forward, it is your responsibility. And it's not just something that's going to magically heal. You need to be taking practical steps to heal these wounds and to move forward so that you can trust again, so that you can be vulnerable again, so that you can cultivate a healthy relationship and feel safe in it. And so it's interesting that we have this Hierophant card for your end of the year energy. I think that if you guys are not already, by the end of this year, you will be going through some form of counseling or education. You may be turning to a leader or a mentor to help you through this, or even turning to a professional, because we have this message of institutions and conventions. This Hierophant person on the card, this is someone who knows their stuff. This is someone who can bestow a lot of knowledge on you. So some of you may be going to therapy, for example, to work through some of these issues from your past. It's like you are investing in yourself so that you can have a fulfilling relationship with yourself, but a fulfilling love life as well. You could also be reading books, like reading books on self-development or reading books on healing. Personally, I have had a great experience in reading books about boundaries. I have read a few of those and they're really, really helpful. And for those of you who haven't met someone yet and you're looking to meet someone new, this could also be a sign that you would meet someone at school or in an educational environment, or you might meet someone who is a teacher, or you could meet someone at any environment that has to do with learning and personal growth. So like a workshop, a seminar, something of that nature. Or you could meet someone through your faith, through your spiritual or religious practices. But yes, this looks like in your current energy, we're becoming aware of these issues that need to be healed. And by the end of the year, it's like you are actively working on them. You have a practical plan of how you are going to heal these wounds because you're taking ownership, you're taking responsibility. It's like you're not waiting for life to just come and prove to you that people can be trusted, because the truth of the matter is, if you have these wounds, even if the universe were to bring you a partner who is so trustworthy, so loyal, so genuine and honest and kind, if you still have these wounds and these trust issues, even if it's the most trustworthy person in the world, you're not going to be able to trust them. So it's not just about, universe, please bring me the right person to heal my wounds. There's a level of work that must be done through your own initiative. And I think this is what you're currently realizing. And it's clear that by the end of the year, you have made huge steps in your healing. We have this work through your fears card with the new moon in Scorpio. And this new moon with the Scorpio energy, it's all about healing, transformation, transmuting the darkness within you. It's also, Scorpio can deal with vulnerability and intimacy. So I think that by the end of this year, you've become a lot more comfortable with the idea of really giving all of yourself to someone again, fully trusting someone again, like bearing your soul, letting someone see your soul naked is just how it came through. And like just really being, did I say vulnerable already? Because I meant to say that. Really being vulnerable to someone again. And then we have even this, like the trigger statement is, I cannot trust anyone. And then the true statement is, everyone deserves my love. I think we definitely need to be discerning about who we freely give our energy to, but yes, everyone does deserve love, and that includes you. And we see you at the end of the year really opening your heart again to love and to vulnerability, and building up your ability to trust again. So it looks like by the end of this year, you are very open to new love coming in, or you're very open to strengthening the bond in your current relationship. Like if you're with someone, you could be repairing trust with them, or just like me, for example, I really, really do trust my partner as a person, but my brain just does silly things sometimes and I like second guess, and you know, it's a me thing. So you could have you could be in a really good relationship, but with this inner work that you're doing, it just really strengthens your bond. So I'm going to drink some water, and we are going to get into the tarot now. And also I'm going to take off my little jacket because I'm getting warm. So in this next part of the reading, we are going to see a chronological series of events that will be unfolding in your love life. And I'll do my best to interpret, because I know there will be some of you who maybe don't have a specific person in mind, some of you who are single but you do have a specific person in mind, and then others of you who are in a relationship. So we will try to include different variations. And today we're using the Mystic Dreamer Tarot. Okay. What's happening for group number 1 in their love life in the rest of 2023? Okay, we have Justice, beautiful. I love that this is a number 11 card, because it's like new beginnings coming, but a new beginning that you created yourself, a new beginning that you manifested yourself. Like really, you're really taking ownership for your healing here, and it's going to pay off tremendously. We have, oh my gosh, the King of Swords and the Queen of Wands, which came out together. A king and queen just fell out together. Now, it doesn't matter like your gender or the genders that you are interested in, the king and queen make a pair. And this is a king of air and a queen of fire. Air and fire traditionally are said to be compatible. So yeah, and justice, that's Libra energy, that's partnership energy, that's commitments. Even the Hierophant is commitments. Commitments, contracts, union. Yeah, there is some union happening here. And with you coming through as the king and the queen, it really is a high level union. So a high level of commitment. If you're already in a relationship, it's likely that you will be ascending to the next level of commitment. If there is one, of course. Maybe you're already like married and fully committed, but those of you who are not, it's quite likely that you're moving up a level. If you're meeting someone new, it's likely you will meet someone that your birth charts are very compatible. So for those of you who are into astrology, I could see you looking up their birth chart and comparing it to yours. Maybe you're doing like synastry or something, and you see, holy crap, we're so compatible. Like our signs are so compatible. They could have like their sun in your 7th house, or like their moon or Venus in your 7th house, or your sun or moon or Venus could be in their 7th house. If you know their birth time, of course. Then we have the 9 of Pentacles. This is beautiful energy, guys. We have the Page of Cups. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Hanged Man and 1616 as I'm holding up the Hanged Man. Okay, so yeah, I mentioned we have Libra energy here. This is Venus in Virgo, which is interesting because Libras can have a Venus in Virgo. And then this is Pisces energy here with the Hanged Man. Okay, for those of you who are married or have a long-term partner, there's a specific message coming through that within the rest of this year, you may be starting to talk about starting a family or expanding your family. I don't necessarily see this happening by the end of the year. It's more like you're in the planning stage. You're starting to talk about it. Okay, this is what we want to do. We want to take this next step. And it seems like in the rest of this year, you're focusing on finances and making sure your money's good and your job is secure. It's like you're planning, because with this Page of Cups, it's like you're planning to welcome a little one into your home. And so you're just like kind of planning how it's all going to work out financially in the rest of this year. That's a very specific message, but I wanted to mention it. It could also be that if you're in a relationship, you're planning to get an animal together. Because the Page of Cups, it often makes me think of just little ones, and that's quite vague. So, you know, it could be a child, it could be a companion animal. But yeah, for those of you in a committed relationship, you could be expanding your family in that way. Now, for those of you who are not yet in a commitment, I have to say it is very likely that this is happening by the end of 2023, as we saw here. Justice, this is like partnerships, contracts, and also, you know, reaping reaping the rewards of your hard work. You guys have been putting in a lot of work to heal and to become open to a healthy relationship, and that is paying off for you with a partnership. And then, you know, it could not be more clear with the king and queen falling out together. Like, this is you and a partner, just very clearly. Sunflowers could be a relevant sign. I feel like it's a sign from this person's higher self that they're thinking about you, sending you love. There's also, I don't know, I noticed this before I noticed all the million sunflowers here, but, well, 9, but showing up on this card as well. So they seem to be an important sign for you guys. I'm also noticing that a lot of the people on these cards, and I don't know if this is just how the deck is, but a lot of people on these cards have blonde or light colored hair, and they have hair that is straight and long. So that could be a trait of someone that you are manifesting into your life. And yes, this will be someone who is extremely trustworthy. With the 9 of Pentacles here, what came to my mind is that either you or your partner or both of you will be quite busy with work in the rest of this year, but it's for a very happy reason. It's not like this busyness that you dread and like, oh, I hate doing this work. It's like you just got, for example, you just got a promotion, which you're really, really happy about, but now you have more responsibilities, or your business is blowing up and you have so many customers, you have so many clients. It's like, yeah, hell yeah, I'll take this busyness. It's a busyness that makes you very happy and excited, and that is improving your financial situation. And this might cause that you and your partner don't spend as much time together as you would like to. But I'm hearing for those of you where this was an issue in the past, it's not going to be an issue in this partnership because of the trust and security within yourself that you have built. So, for example, let's say you were previously in a relationship and you had a partner who was saying like, oh, I wish I could see you, but I'm really busy with work. But then they were just becoming more and more distant from you, or I don't know, maybe they were like sneaking around, or you just felt insecure that they were far away from you, or that you weren't communicating or together as much. And it may have been partly because of your own issues, but I also think that this partner didn't really make effort to build that security with you and to make you feel safe. But there's a contrast in this partnership where I think both of you have your own goals, and both of you seem to be in an independent energy, and like in an energy where you feel secure and whole and complete within yourselves. So if one or both of you needs to go away for your own endeavors, for work, whatever it might be, it doesn't leave the other feeling nervous about the relationship or insecure. Like, oh, we're not seeing each other that much. I hope the spark doesn't fizzle out, or like, I hope they don't drift away. I hope they don't find someone else. It's like you don't even have those worries because you feel so secure in the relationship. And also you feel so happy for each other that you're off achieving your own goals. Like, these are two very capable people. I think both of you, this is power couple energy, honestly. Like, you're both brilliant, you're both very intelligent, extremely creative, independent, free thinkers. And you know, this is a love life reading, but I have to say, it looks like there is a significant accomplishment in your work or in your partner's work by the end of this year, or both of you, that you will both be celebrating. And there's just a really nice balance between your love life and the other areas of your life. You know, you don't get like sucked into your love life, or you don't get obsessed. And you may notice, if you were the type of person to get really attached or really obsessed in the past, not a judgment by the way, happens to the best of us, I think you'll notice that a lot of that was insecurity based. And now that you've done a lot of work on yourself, it's like you just don't become obsessed or like attached to people in the same way. It's like, I love you, but I'm over here doing my own thing. I'm good. There's like a very healthy level of attachment. And so even if this is like a completely new relationship for you and you're in the honeymoon phase, I don't see you getting sucked into it. And you're still very much, keeping your priorities and keeping other areas of your life afloat and giving the same effort to them. Because, the Nine of Pentacles is just about having a really nice balance in all areas of your life and appreciating all areas of your life and also appreciating your independence. But there's definitely, with this Page of Cups, there's definitely a very sweet and playful energy to this relationship. I think you make each other laugh, you make each other blush. This is the type of relationship you do little sweet things for each other, like writing messages on the mirror when someone's in the shower, or leaving little notes. My mom used to leave notes in my lunchbox sometimes, and it was really cute. Obviously this is not your mom, but just little things like that as you're going about your day, that you're thinking of each other. And I think that also helps, like if one or both of you is really busy, or you're kind of apart from each other sometimes, those little efforts really do go a long way. And there's also a feeling, for some of you, this could be your first relationship ever, or your person's first relationship ever, or it could be your first in a long time. Because the Page of Cups also gives me the vibe of someone who's not really accustomed yet. Like they're still new to this, they're still getting the hang of this, but it's very endearing, Like I'm still figuring out how to be romantic. I'm still figuring out how to express my love with little gestures. And so sometimes it might be kind of awkward. Sometimes I might be kind of bashful, but like it's just very endearing. And it almost feels like the two of you are building your own love language together. Oh, with the Hanged Man here, I do think there's something that you both want to do, but you either can't do it yet, or you just recognize that 2023 is not the right time. So for example, like when I first brought these cards out, I was talking about a couple who, they want to have a baby, or they want to get a companion animal. It's like something that they both want to do, but they either can't do it now, maybe because of financial constraints, or maybe because their apartment doesn't allow animals, or whatever, or maybe they live in a really big city and that's not where they want to raise a family, so they're like, let's wait until we can move somewhere nicer. There's like, the desire is there, but just practically we're not quite there yet. And so there's something that we're putting on hold, there's something that we're waiting on. For others of you, this could be, maybe you meet someone and you're really like getting along with them, and there's another level of commitment that you want to go to, but we live so far away right now, like let's wait until we can be closer. Or and for a lot of you it might be financial reasons. Maybe you want to move in with your partner, but there's like financial constraints, or this apartment's really far from my job, so let's wait until I can work remotely. Like some things just need to fall together, so it won't necessarily, I don't think it will happen by the end of this year with the Hanged Man, but it's something that you both want and something that you're talking about. So yeah, I also think for those of you, like if you've been the type who's kind of impatient with love or in relationships, like you just want to get to the end goal as quick as possible, or you just want to like manifest this love as quick as possible, I think by the end of this year your energy is like chilling out quite a bit. You're just kind of fine with being in the moment and enjoying where you are right now. I think that's another interpretation of this Hanged Man. This can also be about a gray area, a middle ground. So you and your partner, you could have differing views or different ways of processing your emotions, or different like visions for the future, but I don't really see them causing conflict, at least not a long-lasting conflict. I think you both have the gift of, you can stand up for yourself and be assertive without being like self-absorbed or selfish. And you're able to discuss things like, you're able to assert like, this is important to me, I care about this, but also maintain a healthy level of detachment and like hearing the other person out. So this might be a relationship where you're very good at compromising or finding that middle ground of like, this is what you want to do, this is what I want to do. How can we find a way to make both happen? Or, you know, we process emotions differently. So how can we make space for each other to process our emotions in the way we need to? Yeah, like compromise. Yeah, with justice as well. I think compromise is something that will come quite easily in this relationship, or like more easily than what you're used to. And so I think that you'll find the connection to be very harmonious. We have the numbers 11. Oh, we have 11 and 12 and 9. So this could be age gap, 9, 11, 12 years, or like 1 or 2 years. It could be a life path, 3, 1, 2, 3, 9, or 11. Or this person could have the numbers 1, 2, 3, 9, or 11 in their birthday or birth time. Yeah, but these are all the messages I have for you guys. So we're going to take it over to the extended now, where we're going to see what about after 2023. Is this situation going to remain, or is it going to change in some way? And then we are going to get a message from your partner. And as far as I can see, it looks like there is only one partner coming up. So maybe we'll get a message from both their 3D self and their higher self. Or we'll see what happens. But anyway, that's going to be in the extended. So if you'd like to join me over there, I'm going to have that linked down below. But if not, if you're going to leave the reading here, I want to say thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself. Stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I will have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where you can see exclusive pick a card readings just like this one, and decide on the topics for future videos. You can check out my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video. That is an original song, and I'll also have my latest release link down below. And finally, my vlog channel and my merch, which features the floating temple that was at the start of this video. Thank you so much for supporting me, my channel, and everything I do. I really, really appreciate it. Group number 1, thank you so much for being here. I'm sending lots of love to you, to your partner, your higher selves, your spirit guides, your whole spiritual team, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Hi, number 2s. So if you guys chose the rose quartz, this is going to be your reading all about your love life in the rest of 2023. Here is the full breakdown of today's reading. Here on YouTube, we are going to start with an energy check. So we're going to see your current energy towards love, and then we're going to look at your energy towards love at the end of 2023 to see what is changing for you. And then we're going to look at a chronological breakdown of the events that will be happening in your love life from now until the end of 2023. And then we're gonna have an extended reading today. In the extended, we're gonna look beyond 2023. What is happening after, and what is the final outcome of the situations you are going through this year? Are they going to stay the same? Are they gonna continue? Are they going to change? And then we will get messages from the person or people who are present in your love life. And this could be a message from their 3D self or a message from their higher self. We actually did both for group number 1. So we could get a message from both their 3D and higher self. But yeah, that is the reading for today. So without further ado, let's get into it. We're going to start off by comparing your current energy versus the energy you're going to be in at the end of the year to see what's changing. And I'm using the same cards for each of those. So let's get started. For your current energy, we have the Queen of Cups in the upright, creative idealist, emotionally connected, being in the flow, deep feelings, empathic, intuitive, psychic, and loving. We have prosperity in reverse. Geranium, the keyword is nurturing. The trigger statement is I am all in my head. The true statement is I create with pleasure. Take time to rest, and in that time be open to creative pursuits. Surround yourself with things that please your senses and be gentle with yourself. And then we have the full moon in Leo. Don't let pride get in your way. And then for your end of year energy, we have the World in reverse, seeking closure, delays, lack of completion, stagnation, disappointment, taking shortcuts. Then we have transformation in reverse, winter green. The keyword is trust. The trigger statement is what if something happens? The true statement is I take my hands off the wheel. You are not alone. The universe is working with you. Relax and enjoy the adventure. And then your commitment is being tested with the first quarter moon. Okay, the full moon in Leo, I believe, is actually happening at the beginning of 2024. So I know that this reading is for the rest of 2023, but we might see a little bit into the start of 2024 in this reading. I'll just keep that in mind. I also think that the next 3 months could be very significant for this group. Many of you who chose this group, you are trying to manifest love or trying to manifest more closeness with a specific person. But I also think that some of you are trying to manifest success in a creative endeavor, or like in a creative or spiritual business. So some of the messages, even though we are talking about your love life, some of the messages that we are relaying here might actually resonate for your creative pursuits or for your spiritual business, if that is something that you are working on. That's interesting. I feel like you guys have been kind of battling with your inner hustler, if that makes sense. I think there is a part of you that struggles with feeling like you're not doing enough, feeling like you're not working hard enough, and then because of that, you are not worthy of abundance. And then there is this other part of you who says, no, we can relax, we can take it easy, we can be gentle with ourselves and allow abundance to come to us naturally, which this is the side that I hope you guys can lean towards. But I feel like there's maybe a part of you that has been conditioned to always feel like you have to prove your work and be hustling really hard. And I think this part of you might come out when things are not progressing the way you had hoped, or when it's been a long time and things haven't really gotten off the ground. I feel like a lot of you are trying to manifest something like in your professional or creative endeavors, because I see this person who's making really great efforts to take a gentle approach and to be really kind to themselves and just allow things to unfold naturally. But then when it's been such a long time and it feels like nothing's happening, or it feels like we're not getting our desired outcome, we kind of can't help but have that other version of us come out that's like, you need to be doing more, you need to be hustling more, you're not doing anything, you need to work harder. Maybe this can translate into your love life as well, but I think that's a message that you guys need to hear. It kind of seems like internally this is what you're going through. In terms of your love life, I do feel that many of you are experiencing a psychic connection with someone, or you feel strongly energetically connected to someone. You might know this person, you might not, you might know of them, you might not, but what I can see is that on an energetic level, you feel a very strong connection, and you can sense that someone is coming in, or you can sense that you are meant to get close with someone. And there's this, anticipation and strong longing there, but at the same time, there's a desire to, want to surrender, let things flow naturally, let the universe do its thing. And I think that in the current energy you're in, you are really in one of like acceptance and allowing things to flow. I would say that with this prosperity in reverse, many of you deep down might feel like you're not really where you would like to be at in your love life. Like maybe you want someone in your life, but there is not, or there's a specific person that you are wanting to be with or wanting to like have a better relationship with, and it's not really happening. And it seems like you're trying to keep the faith, you're trying to stay out of your head and just live in the moment. And also I think with this full moon in Leo, it's like you're trying to not take things personally. Like if things are not progressing the way you want it to, it's not your fault. If you have gone through some kind of rejection, or if someone is not emotionally available, like it's not, I think you're trying to come to terms that like it's not on you, that's on them. That's their, I don't want to say that's their problem, but I guess like that's their journey, and that they would have these issues with anyone. I think you're just trying hard to keep trusting in your intuition and to just keep the faith, but it feels like there's kind of an inner conflict of like, I want to be this like serene, peaceful, allowing being, but I also have this impatience in me. I also have this frustration in me, and it's okay. Like, it's okay to have these two conflicting beings within us. I think that's part of being human. Like it's normal. There's like, you're not bad for having that, but it can definitely be frustrating and confusing. And I think you would like to lean more towards this Queen of Cups energy. And I think you're actually doing quite a good job at that. You might have some days where you're feeling frustrated. You might have some days where you're having negative thoughts, but that's very okay. And maybe this group, you need to give yourself more credit. I think you are, first of all, you are working hard and you're taking care of yourself. You're being patient. You are connecting with your intuition. I think you guys are doing overall like a great job on your journey. And this group in particular, these are messages for your love life, yes, but for your life and for the manifestation of your desires in general. I think maybe this group needs to give themselves more credit. Like being a human is hard, navigating your thoughts is hard, and staying positive and patient all the time is hard. So if we look at your end of year energy, we do have the World in reverse. In the upright, this would be a card that talks about completion, fulfillment, like the thing you've been manifesting has come to completion. But we have this in the reverse, and we have your commitment is being tested. So I feel like there's something in your love life that you guys are trying to manifest that is at the end of this year is just not quite there. Yeah, I just remembered we have the keyword here: lack of completion, stagnation, disappointments. It's interesting with taking shortcuts as well. You guys have maybe gotten a lot of messages about divine timing, or you have felt for yourself that like, my love life will fall into place in divine timing. You have maybe even gotten timing predictions from yourself or from other readings about the time that something in your love life is meant to fall into place. And maybe with this taking shortcuts, you might be in a bit of an impatient energy, or you just want something really badly and you are trying to take shortcuts or make it happen faster. yeah, but paired with this, your commitment is being tested. I definitely think that what you are desiring, you are on the right path. What you are desiring, it is what will make your soul happy. And this is not a matter of if things manifest, it's just a matter of when. And I think that this group is maybe kind of struggling with the when. Like you could really feel like you're being tested, like your patience, your willpower, your resolve is being tested. And it just seems like by the end of this year, we are not quite there. Even this transformation card in reverse, it is quite similar to the meaning of stagnation. Like things are not changing, things are not evolving. I think you are changing, you are evolving, you are growing, but your external circumstances may not necessarily be reflecting that yet. Or if you're involved with a specific person, it's like you're ready, you've grown, you've evolved, you've healed. Whereas this other person, it just kind of feels like they are still standing still. And I kind of see a letting go happening with you. So, like, for example, if there's a specific person that you've been waiting on, I think at the end of this year, things are still not quite where you want to be with them. And so you're just kind of like throwing your hands up and saying like, okay, I'm moving on from this person, or like, I'm going to stop consciously or actively trying to manifest them. Like I'll leave a door open for them, but I'm not going to be actively investing in this anymore. I'm just going to go on about my life. Or if you don't have a specific person in mind and just your love life is not exactly where you want it to be, I think by the end of the year, you're just like, okay, clearly it's not time. I'm just going to focus on other areas of my life. It's like you're kind of over it. You're kind of over it at the end of this year. So let's see a chronological series of events. And I am going to go into the beginning of 2024 as well, because we have this full moon in Leo card here, which I think is happening in January. I could be wrong, but it's around that time. Yeah, so let's go from now until like the first couple months of 2024. And I'm going to do my best to provide different interpretations, because this is a general reading and you guys could be in different relationship statuses, like single with no one in mind, single with someone in mind, or in a relationship. So I'll do my best to take those different situations into account. What events will group number 2 be experiencing in their love life for the rest of 2023? We have the Emperor, and I do want to say this card fell out reluctantly. I didn't know if it was going to fall down. It kind of slipped out, and then finally it was like, okay, I'll come out. So there's kind of a feeling of, for some of you, reluctantly deciding to focus on yourself, but the meaning of the Emperor, I do think, is focusing on yourself, focusing on your independence, focusing on building your empire, also focusing on what you can control. Like, you're the Emperor and you're focusing on what you rule over. Other people's journey, other people's healing, other people's readiness, other people's availability, like that is not in your control, but your own thoughts, your own reactions, your own actions, your own path, that is in your control. So you're focusing on yourself for now. You're focusing on your own path. Whoa, that is a lot. This is also Aries energy, so you could be an Aries, or you could have been dealing with an Aries person, or you are dealing with an Aries person. Yeah, some of you guys have been dealing with someone who is like stagnant or stubborn or just stuck in their ways, or who can't be introspective at this time. It's interesting too, because we're looking at a chronological series of events. So as I lay them out, this is going more and more into the future. And with the Emperor looking this way, like the Emperor is looking at the past. Some of you guys, you could be in a relationship or in a situationship where things were really good in the past and they're not so good now, but you keep like looking to the past, kind of dwelling in it or romanticizing it or wanting it to come back. An alternative interpretation of this is that you could be dealing with someone who is stuck in the past, like hung up on an ex, or still really in their past wounds, in their past baggage, and not allowing themselves to grow and transform. Someone is stagnant, someone is stuck in the past. We have the Six of Swords. So there's a feeling of moving on to a more peaceful situation. The Page of Wands. The Two of Swords. And the Hermit. So this will be like the rest of 2023, and then for the beginning of 2024 we have the Nine of Wands. Okay, yeah, so this is you choosing to focus on yourself. I think with the Six of Swords as well, this is you moving on. Whatever situation is frustrating you right now, I do see that pretty soon it's not going to have the same mental hold on you, and you are really going to embody this peaceful Queen of Cups energy, because this Six of Swords represents you like moving away from drama, moving away from the stressful situation, and prioritizing your peace. I want to be clear, like if there's a specific person you're involved with, it's not like this is a bad person or you guys are inevitably a bad match. I just think that maybe it's not the right time, or like we can't really approach this connection in a healthy way right now. And I do feel like pretty soon, and maybe you're already in the process of doing this, kind of like moving on or focusing on yourself, focusing on your mental health. But I think there will reach a point where this becomes very, like it becomes easy for you. So some of you could be like finally moving on from an ex, or finally moving on from someone you were in a situationship with, or maybe even someone you never dated, but you just had really, really strong feelings for them. And those feelings are not going to control you, and they're not going to give you stress anymore. They may still be there a little bit, but they're just not weighing you down. They're not frustrating you, because I feel like you've just detached. You've detached from the outcome and you're prioritizing yourself. And you're gonna see that that reignites a spark in you. There's where you are now, and there's the end of the year. I don't know when you're watching this, but there's the time it is now and the time at the end of the year. Around like the halfway mark, halfway from now to the end of the year, I think you're going to have a huge surge of creative energy and a very, very strong desire to go in a new direction in your life. which is very interesting because at the start of this reading, I got that message that many of you are being called to creative endeavors or like a spiritual business, like having your own creative business or having your own passion project. So that might be something that you start in the near future, or if you've already started it, something that you suddenly get a huge surge of motivation for, and that you feel really, really called to. So there's kind of an interesting message here. Maybe this is just for some of you, but I see this story of someone moving on from an ex or from a situationship or just a connection that wasn't really going the way they wanted it to. They're like working on themselves, they're thriving, they're being creative. And then this person comes back and it leaves you really torn. It's like, it's easy to say I'm over them when they're not coming forward, when they're not communicating with me. Like, yeah, I'm over them, I don't care. But then when they actually do come back, I'm like, oh shit, there's those feelings again, and it leaves you torn. Ultimately, I think you decide to not engage, you decide to stick to your decision, you decide to keep going solo. But it feels like it's like you're having to work to maintain that decision. So like, this is a message for those of you who are resonating with like moving on from an ex or a situationship. It's like they will come back, and I feel like you'll feel compelled to be like, no, I'm not engaging with that anymore. Like, I'm over them. But it feels like you really have to like convince yourself this is the right thing, because it's like when they come back, all of those feelings or all of that infatuation comes back, and like you have to remind yourself like, no, this was a situation that caused me turbulence and we're prioritizing peace now. And I guess it won't be just a one and done thing where you're like, I'm over it and I've mastered being over it. I think it's something that you have to work on over time. It's something that you have to keep up. And that makes sense. Like, you know, I got over someone a few years ago, and it's like you could be fine for weeks or months, and then something just reminds you and you're like, oh shit. But then it goes away again, and then you're fine again. So it really is a journey with ups and downs. And I think, you know, with this 9 of Wands, it's like, don't give up on what you've decided to do. Don't give up on what you've committed to do. You've come so far. Like, don't fall back to your old ways. I think for a lot of you, this is about like getting over someone not having power over you anymore. For those of you who really do resonate with this, like embarking on a creative journey, embarking on a new business journey, you could be embarking on a journey of self-employment or starting your own business. And throughout the rest of this year, you're feeling kind of tempted to go back. Like maybe you feel tempted to go back to your day job, or, you know, to go back to the more predictable, secure life. And you have to keep telling yourself like, no, commit to your independence, commit to your calling, commit to this journey. And I want to say, don't feel guilty if you have that indecision. I think we put too much pressure on like, when it's your destiny, you'll just know and you'll be 100% sure. And like, that's very beautiful and that's very romantic. But I also think we're humans, and it's normal to have conflicting thoughts, and it's normal to be tempted by your comfort zone, or tempted by security, or tempted by, you know, something in the past that's familiar, but that doesn't serve you anymore, while simultaneously having this dream to move on and move forward into your calling. And like, that's okay. And I think what we're seeing in the rest of the year and a bit into the start of 2024 is, yes, you are committing to yourself and you're taking that independent path and you're following your dreams, but you might just be struggling with a little bit of inner conflict of like, should I go back? Did I make a mistake? And I think your guides are advising you just stay strong, like stay strong in your conviction. Keep moving forward on your own. You got this. If you're in a relationship with someone, I would say, oop, there's a doorbell. Like stick to your guns. You might be tempted in the rest of this year to compromise yourself to accommodate your partner in some way, or like, for example, I'll just use a concrete example because that's better. Let's say you're in a relationship and your partner got a job in another city and you have a job here that you really, really love. And it's like, you might be tempted, should I get some job that I don't care about so that I can be close to my partner? Or should I stick to my own path and stay in this job that I love? And there's a piece of advice for you to stay in the path that you truly love, like stay true to your own individual path. And not, because I think deep down that's what your soul wants to do. I can't speak for you, but just judging from the cards here, it seems like deep down you want to stay to your own path, because what could happen is if you give up what you love, or if you compromise to accommodate your partner or just to be closer to your partner, you might end up with a bit of resentment, and that kind of hangs over you guys. Like, I gave up XYZ so that I could be with you, and you don't want that hanging over anyone's head. Like, it will be healthier if everyone just does what they truly want to do, so that there's no ill feelings, if that makes sense. So yes, I think that those are all the messages. This is what I'm seeing for your love life in the rest of 2023 and a little bit into 2024. So in the extended reading, we're going to look beyond this. We're going to see what is the long-term outcome or the final outcome of this situation. For those of you who did resonate with like this being about a specific person, we will get a message from this person that you've been dealing with. If not, let's get a message from the next love interest to come into your life. So we'll do both of those, and you can claim one or the other or both of them, whatever feels right for you. So if you would like to join me in the extended, I'll have that link down below. If not, if you're going to leave the reading here, I want to say thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm going to have a link down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where you can watch timeless pick a card readings just like this one, and also decide on the topics for future videos. And I will link my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video that is an original song. I'll also have my latest release link down below, and finally my vlog channel and my merch, which features the floating temple that was at the start of this video. So thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I truly appreciate it so much. Thank you so much for being here, group number ones, group number twos. Although maybe you did feel called to group number one as well, and that's a sign. But yes, group number two, thank you for being here. I'm sending you guys all my love. I'm sending love to your person, to anyone you've been dealing with, to your higher selves, your spirit guides, your spiritual teams, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Hi, number threes. So if you guys chose the Chrysocolla, this is going to be a reading all about the rest of your love life, or no, your love life in the rest of 2023. So here is the full breakdown of the reading that we're going to be doing today. Here on YouTube, we're going to start with an energy check. We're going to take a look at your current energy towards love, and then your energy towards love at the end of 2023. And we're going to compare those two energies to see what is changing for you. And then we're going to take a look at a chronological breakdown of the events that will be taking place in your love life from now until the end of 2023. And then in the extended reading today, we are going to look beyond the year 2023. So what is the long-term outcome or the final outcome of the situations you are going through this year? And we're going to get a message from the person or people you are dealing with in your love life. And this could be from their 3D selves or from their 5D, their higher selves, whoever would like to come through. So that is the reading for today. We are going to start off with the energy check. So I have 2 of each of these cards. These are going to represent your current energy towards love, and these are going to represent your energy at the end of the year. So for your current energy, we have the 9 of Coins, rewards of your labor, status, abundance, self-sufficient, sophistication, taking it easy on your own, maturation, fulfillment, and freedom. We have Foggy Bog with patience. Encouraging, the keyword is motivation. The trigger statement is, I don't know where to start. The true statement is, I take action now. You will find clarity and the ability to create now. This is your time to make things happen. And then we have You Are Good Enough with the full moon in Virgo, and this is in the reverse. Then for your end of year energy, we have the 8 of Cups in reverse, lack of direction, dishonest with self and others, staying for the wrong reasons, afraid of commitment, faking happiness, and in limbo. Then we have Expansion, Jasmine. The keyword is passion. The trigger statement is I am scared. The true statement is when I am vulnerable, I am at my strongest. Reconnect with your feminine energy and pursue something that ignites your fire. Open the gates of your fortress and explore. And then we have a time for healing with the balsamic moon. Okay, so we have 2 Virgo cards in this whole spread. You could have Virgo placements, or someone you are dealing with in your love life could have Virgo placements. I'm not sure when you are watching this reading. I'm assuming it's in 2023, but Virgo season, which is late August to late September, could be a significant time in the rest of your 2023. And we also have some Pisces energy as well. So you or someone significant could have Pisces placements too. And Virgo and Pisces are actually sister signs. They are opposite each other in the zodiac wheel. So regardless of your sign, you could be dealing with someone whose zodiac sign is opposite yours. Essentially, your birthdays are around 6 months apart. But I actually want to start with these Moonology cards. I really like this transition that we have here. With having this You Are Good Enough card in the reverse, it does seem to be suggesting that some of you in your current energy have been struggling with feelings of low self-esteem or low self-worth, or having a subconscious belief that you are not worthy of the abundance or the blessings that you want to manifest. And it looks like by the end of this year, this is going to be healed. So the version of you, I just saw 444 by the way. So the version of you at the end of 2023 is going to have a much stronger sense of self-worth and a much stronger abundance mentality. And that is going to allow them to dream big and go after what they truly want. It's also very interesting that we have this card talking about a lack of direction, feeling in limbo, feeling not really happy. And then this Jasmine card that talks about going after our passion even though we are scared. So it seems like by the end of this year, many of you guys are moving out of a situation that you're not really happy in, but that for some time you either pretended to be happy because you didn't want to disappoint people, or you or you really thought you were happy because that's what society told you would make you happy, or what you thought would make you happy, and it really just wasn't. Or that you kind of tried to convince yourself that you were happy because it was too painful to admit to yourself, like, I'm not happy here, I want to go somewhere else. It's interesting too, we have staying for the wrong reasons. So for some of you, this could be something that's happening in your love life. You will obviously know if that's the case, like if you're unhappy in a relationship or something like that. It could also be in another area of life, like in your work, for example. You've been trying to stick it out somewhere. You've been trying to, stay committed. You've been trying to, just give it time and you'll be happy, or trying to convince yourself or others that you're happy somewhere. And I think by the end of the year, you're just having this like breaking point moment where you're like, no, screw it. I'm not happy here. I want to be free. I want to do something else. And I feel like by the end of this year, you've really given your current situation enough time that you can say with confidence that you're not happy. So this is not just you being impulsive, like, I don't feel like committing to this anymore. Like, I'm going to try something else. I feel like you have sat with this feeling. You have analyzed these emotions. You've given your current situation many chances and a lot of time to improve. And it's like you're just not feeling something anymore. Again, you'll know very well if this is like a relationship or love life situation that I'm talking about, but I think many of you could just be doing something with your life or doing something for a living that you are really not passionate about, and perhaps breaking free from this and pursuing your passion is going to be the catalyst for you welcoming new love into your life. It's interesting. I feel like, some of you guys have been lacking direction or lacking a clear vision of the future, because I always get like storks and cranes and herons mixed up, but they make me think of like long-term future, especially a promising future. But with all of the fog here, it's giving me the feeling of there's a lack of clarity surrounding our future. Some of you guys maybe feel like you're in a dead-end situation, or like you're putting in all this hard work, but you don't know where it's gonna lead. And you've just been pushing through. And maybe one of the reasons that you haven't left or broken free from this situation is like a subconscious belief that we can't manifest better for ourselves, or like we're not worthy of greater blessings. But anyway, I see that by the end of this year, this is something that you're healing. And a lot of you guys are breaking free from a situation that has been honestly like soul crushing for some of you. Like there's no passion in it, there's no fulfillment, it feels dead end, like maybe something that you dread. Like I'm imagining someone, waking up every morning and they're like dreading going to work, or dreading engaging with someone who's draining them. Like you are breaking free by the end of this year, and that's gonna come from you healing your sense of self-worth and really recognizing both consciously and subconsciously that you are worthy of something greater. So by the end of this year, you are free, you're expanding, you're pursuing your passion. And I do believe that this is going to lead to a new love for you, if that's what you're looking for, or if you're already like happily in a committed relationship, pursuing your passion could lead to a renewed spark in your current relationship. Or who knows, maybe you're like pursuing something together with your partner. So big breakthroughs happening for you guys by the end of this year. Let's get into the tarot now and see our chronological series of events. I want to mention, I just looked up and saw 1001, like 1001. That's a new beginning with infinite possibilities. But the camera really wants to focus on this face, like the you are good enough. This is what your guides really want you to know. And I'm gonna put it upright just to like, I feel like that's better. And just the fact that it's focusing on the face, some of you might benefit from like saying affirmations in the mirror, or maybe to a picture of your younger self or something like that. Also looking at this yellow bird, I don't think this is a canary, kind of looks like one. Some of you might be called to sing or to be a singer, and there's even a guitar here. Some of you might be called to a path of singing or music. That's just for some of you, but I do want to mention that. I think what you currently do, it could be very focused on like serving others and helping others. And I think that that's a beautiful thing, but I also think that you can serve others and help others in a way that you also enjoy, and your own passion might be kind of missing from it right now. And maybe there is a subconscious limiting belief that, I have to choose. I can either, fulfill myself and my own dreams, or I can serve others. And I think this is all about recognizing that you can do both at the same time. Oh my gosh, I just dropped like half the deck. Interesting too, we have this message of reconnect with your feminine energy. Regardless of your gender, we need to balance our masculine and feminine energy, and perhaps some of you have been really, really living in your masculine energy, and your soul is craving for that balance and wants to come back into their feminine. Jasmine could be a relevant name. I'm also thinking of jasmine tea, which I freaking love. I'm shuffling very messily, so let's just get into it. Group number 3, what is the series of events that will transpire in group number 3's love life? Interesting, we have the 3 of Pentacles. I do want to mention the 5 of Swords flipped over, but it didn't come out as I was shuffling, so I'll keep that in mind. We have the Hierophant, the 6 of Cups, and the 7 of Pentacles. 5, 6, 7, that's kind of interesting. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Magician. I love that. Wow, you're going through such a transformation. Let me just jump over to this Magician for a second, because, this is in chronological order. So the Magician is you at the end of the year. You are really becoming the main character of your own life. You are becoming the creator of your own story. You are taking charge of your life, and you are co-creating beautifully with the universe. This is a 180. Like, I feel like this is someone who is kind of stuck in their circumstances, maybe is feeling powerless, is struggling to feel worthy of their desired reality, is just feeling stuck in their current situation. And this is someone who has freed themselves and is now living a life of passion and manifesting the life they truly desire. So you're going to be like this Magician by the end of this year. If there is something related to love or relationships that you are currently manifesting, I do believe that it will come around the end of this year, kind of at the very end, because before this we have the 7 of Pentacles, and this is a card that generally shows, things are taking some time, we need to be patient. So it could be happening in November or December, more like December, because it seems like it's really at the end of the year. The reason I say November is because this is Sun in Scorpio, and Scorpio season is later in the year. But yeah, you are getting your wish, you are getting your manifestation in terms of love and relationships. It will take patience. The things you're manifesting, they will take patience and consistency, but they will happen. I also just looked up and saw 1551, 1551, so new beginnings and change. And that's the second time I've seen a mirroring number. So those could be important signs for you guys. Like you might see, I don't know, 1221 or 2442, like numbers that are, you know, mirrored. You get the picture. I think that's a sign for you that you're manifesting what you desire, because it's like your external world is going to become a reflection of your internal world and your internal desires. So yeah, this is all about your journey transforming into this magician. Now, let's start over here. This is the beginning of our timeline. So this is your current energy or the energy in your nearest future. And we have the Three of Pentacles, which is about collaboration, teamwork, hard work. And that just really confirms to me that if you're looking to manifest someone new into your life, you're probably going to meet them as a result of you changing your path and pursuing your passion. And you're probably going to end up working with this person or collaborating with them on a project. I do remember that after this card came out, the Five of Swords flipped over. It didn't come out, but it did flip over and I saw it. So I do want to take into consideration that energy, while keeping in mind that it's probably not a huge deal. If it was like really important, it would have fallen out. The Five of Swords is about like conflicts and disagreements. So I would say there is an indication of minor disagreements, of not really seeing eye to eye, but that in fact this could be a good thing. This person you're collaborating with, you may not exactly have the same vision or the same methods or the same approach, and so you're not really gonna agree on everything, which, I mean, who agrees on everything? Especially because like creatives, we're so particular about our vision, you know? But those differences are going to help both of you expand. And so I think there's a piece of advice to meet those differences with an open mind and to not be too like stubborn in your approach or in your vision, and know that there's like room for change and room for improvement. It will make you a more rich and diverse creative, or a more rich and diverse professional. It will break you out of your shell to have these creative or professional differences. And so I think in many ways, the person you are, they are definitely a soulmate with the Six of Cups. They are a creative soulmate. You know, in addition to the relationship that you will share together, I think it's part of your soul contract and part of your destiny to work together and create together. And it's really beautiful. It's like the fact that you come together once you have chosen this path of passion. It's essentially that you choose union with this person when you choose yourself. And so if you need advice to come into union with someone that you're manifesting, it's like you just need to choose yourself. If you put yourself first in the choices you're making, if you choose paths in life that make you excited and passionate, you are bound to come into union with this person. I think that's kind of how your contract was written. Like, I choose you when I choose myself. When I choose myself, I choose you. I think Gemini and Virgo energy is strong because we have, you know, these Virgo cards, and then the Magician is Mercury energy. So you could be manifesting someone who has Gemini or Virgo in their big three, like Sun, Moon, Rising. It could be Venus as well. We do have Capricorn here, specifically Mars in Capricorn. We have Taurus energy here. Sun in Scorpio, like I said. And then this one is very specific because it's Saturn in Taurus. And I don't even know when that last happened. I feel like it was a very long time ago. But maybe the next time Saturn is in Taurus is like you're gonna have a really significant moment with your partner, or like a really big breakthrough. If I remember, no, let me do something so that I remember. You know when you like put an object in a weird place to remind you to do something, because then you're like, oh, why is that there? I just saw another mirroring number, 2112. Okay. I'm putting this tea leaf card on my desk so that I remember to do it. Older woman, dealings or relationship with an older woman. Interesting. So, whoever, regardless of your genders, whoever is more of like the feminine in this relationship, they could be the older person. Number threes can also, in like a love or relationship reading, can also talk about third party introduction. So maybe it's like there's an older woman who is introducing you to this person. But yeah, I think you start out as collaborators and then it kind of blossoms into something more. If you are already in a committed relationship, then this is probably like your partner, your current partner that you are collaborating with. And those little disagreements that you have, not only will they open your mind to new approaches, to new creative visions, to new strategies, but it will help you to get to know each other more on a level that you hadn't before. And I think we spoke about, like, if you're already in a relationship, that the rest of this year is bringing a renewed spark. And I think it's probably this project that you're doing together that is bringing that spark. It's like very exciting. You get to see a side of each other come out that you don't normally get to see. Maybe for some of you, it's like you've seen finished products of your partner's work, but you haven't really gotten to see behind the scenes, behind the curtain, whatever it might be, of like the process that it takes them to get there, and seeing them go through the ups and downs of the creative process, or of coming up with a business strategy, or whatever it might be. It just like gives you a whole new glimpse into them and into their world. And it makes you, what do you say? Like it makes your heart skip a beat to see them hard at work and to see them passionate and immersed in something. And if this is a new person, I think what will really make you fall for them is like their drive and how serious they take their craft, and how in the zone they get when they're working on it. I think something about that is going to be like kind of sexy. Yeah. And with the Hierophant here, I think one of the main sources of like the disagreements between the two of you is that one of you might be more of like, let's do the tried and true methods. I see that a lot with the Hierophant, like let's stick to the conventions, let's stick to the tried and true methods. And then another one who's like, no, let's do something completely different. Let's do something completely innovative, you know? Or maybe one of you is more classically trained or has more like book smarts, whereas another one of you is just more like intuitive or just learned through hands-on experience. You know, like I didn't go to college for this, I just taught myself, like, or I'm not formally trained, I just started and figured it out as I went. And so there might be little disputes about like, we should do it how it's traditionally done, we should do what the book says, and the other person is like, no, we should do it this crazy, interesting, innovative way. And I think, you know, your differences will kind of rub off on each other and give you a more like well-rounded approach. The person you're involved with could be a teacher, or actually you could become a teacher of your skill. So, you know, we had the example of like a singer with the canary, a guitar player. So you might become a guitar teacher or a guitar coach, whether that's like, you know, one-on-one lessons, or you know, like maybe you start putting up videos to teach people. It would be like if I made a tarot course, you know, like teaching what you do for a job. That might be something that you do. Or this could also be you and your partner like teaching each other your respective skills. It's like you're learning a lot from each other. You are committed to each other. You're committed to seeing this through to the end. I also think this could indicate the way you get together. It seems to be a very traditional flow, you know, like we work together and then we build a friendship and then I ask you out on a date and I take you to dinner and it's like very wholesome and we build a relationship from there. It's like you're kind of going step by the book on building this relationship. And I think it's, even though I think the feelings for each other happen quite early on with this Six of Cups, because this is like an immediate sense of familiarity, of comfort, like your soul just immediately has this knowing and feels at home. I think the feelings will immediately be there, but the way things play out in the 3D, it's very like traditional, by the book, slow and steady. With this Seven of Pentacles too, it's just like slow and steady and it feels very, very nice. And yeah, and not a lot of like resistance or blockages either. So it's not happening slowly because of blockages. It's just because we're going with the flow. We're not rushing. We're savoring the moment. Yes. For those of you who are already in a relationship, the Hierophant can talk about like marriage, and the Six of Cups can talk about children. So like if you're in a relationship but not married yet, there could be an engagement happening by the end of this year, or there could be, well, I mean, if a child was coming by the end of this year, you would already know that, but there could be an announcement of a child or talk of children or something like that, just because we have this, you know, marriage and children card next to each other. Take that if it resonates, but this could also just be the person that you will eventually do those things with, like a long-term life partner. Like that really is the vibe here. Wow. And that's crazy because like even if you're watching this right when this is posted, that's only like, we're already 6 months away from the end of the year. So, you know, all of this beautiful stuff is happening within 6 months. And by the end of the year, you're like this magician. You have either manifested everything you wanted, or this fog has cleared and like you can clearly see how you're going to manifest those things in the future. Like if you're trying to manifest a PhD, just for an example, you would either have it by the end of this year, or by the end of this year, like you would be in the program. You'd be doing it so that you can clearly see, I'm going to get this if I just keep going on my path. That's awesome. It's, you know, it maybe seems like a fast 180, but I feel like this transformation is likely something that you have been working on for a very long time. And so I hope that this is confirmation that you can heal any limiting beliefs surrounding abundance or surrounding your worthiness, and by the end of this year start living the life that you really want to live. And yeah, there's either a new love coming in through a collaboration, or you are collaborating with your current partner. And I think that that's going to be super fruitful. This could be a sign as well that like your friends and their friends will get along, or your family and their family will get along, because threes make me think of, you know, third parties, of other people. But yeah, this feels like a soul family, soulmate connection for sure. Very, very beautiful energy. So group number 3s, we're going to take it over to the extended now, where we are going to look beyond 2023 and see what is the long-term outcome and the final outcome of this situation. And we're going to get, since there's only one person coming through, we are going to get a message from their 3D self and a message from their higher self. So if that sounds good to you and you would like to join me in the extended, I'm going to have that link down below. If not, if you're going to leave this reading here, I want to say thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching this, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm going to have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where you can watch exclusive timeless readings just like this one and choose the topics for future readings. And I'll have my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video that is an original song. I'll also have my latest release linked down below. And finally, my vlog channel and my merch, which features the floating temple that was at the start of this video. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, anything I do. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here, group number 3s. I'm sending lots of love to you, your partner, and to anyone you may be collaborating with, your higher selves, your spirit guides, your spiritual teams, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and any other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Hi number 4s, so if you guys chose the flower agate, this is going to be a reading all about your love life in the rest of 2023. This is the full breakdown of today's reading. We have the reading here on YouTube as well as an extended today. So here on YouTube, we're going to start with a little energy check, take a look at your current energy towards love, and also a look at your energy towards love at the end of 2023. And we will compare your current energy versus your energy at the end of the year to see what is changing for you. And then we are going to do like a chronological breakdown of the events that will be happening in your love life from now until the end of 2023. And then in the extended reading, we're going to look beyond the year 2023. So what is the long-term outcome of the situation you're in this year? And what is the final outcome of that situation? And then we're also going to get a message from the person or people that you are involved with in your love life. And this could be a message from their 3D self or from their higher self, whoever would like to come through. So that's the reading for today. Let's get right into it. We are starting with your energy check. So these cards are going to represent your current energy, and these cards are going to represent your end of year energy. So for your current energy, we're starting with the Ace of Coins in the upright. Very nice. New beginnings, an offer, flourishing, abundance, security, stable, meeting someone new, and potential. Then we have the Bluebird Spirit with happiness. DNA repairing. The keyword is transmutation. The trigger statement is I don't know who I am. The true statement is I am. There is no efforting required for this shift. Be present and allow every aspect of your being to transform. And then we have adjustments are required with the third quarter moon. Okay, and for your end of year energy, we have the Eight of Wands, which is also in the upright. Gaining momentum, swift progress, alignment, communication, things take off, movement, and air travel. Then we have Unicorn with purity, and this is in the reverse. Yarrow palm, I don't know how to say that. The keyword is divination. The trigger statement is I am so drained. The true statement is I am shielded. You are finding balance as you see what resonates and what does not. With clear sight, you are safe and protected. And then finally, we have you are very close to achieving your goal with the gibbous moon. Okay, so we're actually starting off your reading with quite an exciting energy because In the cards representing your current energy, we have this Ace of Pentacles. Some of you guys have maybe just met someone recently or have just gotten into a relationship recently with this meeting someone new. If not, I would say that you are likely to meet someone new very, very soon because, you know, this is your current energy. So I would have to say if it's not like right now, it's in your very, very near future, or someone is about to make an offer to you in the very, very near future. So like if you're involved with someone right now, they could be offering you some level of commitment. And it looks like this is going to make you very happy. So in your most immediate future, there is a new beginning. There is like a new person coming in, or someone you're already involved with is making you an offer that is going to make you very happy. Some of you maybe went through this recently. Others of you, it's like very, very soon. But this energy looks super exciting. I'm also noticing that there's a unicorn on both of these cards. So unicorns could be a significant sign for you guys. I know it's not a real animal, but it could be like a significant spirit animal for you. And there is a feeling of just everything is falling into place for you right now. The number 7 is making me think that. It makes me think of alignment. It makes me think of everything is unfolding perfectly. I feel like this is a really happy time for you guys. And again, if you're not feeling this energy yet, you are going to be feeling it very, very soon. I do also want to mention that we typically see the Ace of Coins as like a job offer, a new beginning in your career, your finances increasing. If you would like to claim that interpretation as well, please do. I know that this is a love life reading, but if any of you watching have been trying to manifest a new job or like a promotion or money, this is also a very clear sign of that. So please feel free to please feel free to claim that interpretation as well. But something that's really nice about pentacle cards and the Ace of Pentacles in a love reading is that whatever is being offered to you or whatever is starting right now, it is something that you can rely on to last in the long term, and it is something that's going to be sustainable. So like if you just met someone new recently, this is not going to be an easy come, easy go situation. This is not going to be a short fling. If you recently met someone, you have the potential to have a very fulfilling and reliable and dependable long-term relationship with this person. Or if you're manifesting someone new, the next person to come into your life is going to be that person. And for those of you who are already with someone, I want to confirm to you that, I mean, you maybe already know this, but like this is it. This is, you know, this is a person who has long-term potential and that you can feel very safe and comfortable with. Even just the juxtaposition of this sprout and this bird, it's like you simultaneously have this beautiful grounding energy in this connection, but then also you can spread your wings and fly and soar to new heights. And I think with the unicorn here, unicorns make me think of embracing your weirdness and embracing the parts of you that might be unconventional or that might be deemed as weird. So you guys are manifesting a connection, or you're in a connection where you can really be your true self, and you don't have to worry about like trying to be normal or trying to be cool. You can just be your weird, goofy, silly, unique self. You can be, you know, your deeply spiritual self. You can talk about esoteric stuff with this person. You can just let all of your facets shine. So you're either already in this, you've recently entered into this, or this is coming very, very soon. Looking here at this transmutation, DNA repairing, I think that something you guys will find is that a lot of blessings find you when you stop trying. Like when you stop trying so hard to make things happen, you stop trying so hard to figure things out, and you just hand things over to the universe, because this says there's no efforting required for this shift. Like you just need to allow it to happen. And even this, like shifting from an I don't know who I am to I just am. Like I don't have to I don't have to figure everything out. I don't have to know everything that's going to happen. I just have to be. I just have to live in the moment. Some of you guys may also be moving away from this desire or like feeling the need to label connections. You know, like, is this my twin flame? Is this my soulmate? Is this the one? And you're just like, I don't know. All I know is that I really like this person and I want to explore our connection. So you could be shifting away from labels. And, you know, because this is about your love life, this could even be in terms of your like romantic preferences or your sexual preferences or your orientation. Some of you guys maybe were like really trying to figure out what you identify as and what you label yourself as. And maybe you're just realizing, I don't need to do that. Like I don't have to exist in this box. I can just be fluid and like who I want and express myself in the way that feels right for me at that time. And good for you if that resonates with you. I'm super proud of you for that. Just letting go of the need to put yourself in boxes. Of course, that can go for any aspect of your identity. But like, we don't need to put our connections in the box. Maybe some of you are even, this might be a little bit more specific just for a few of you, but maybe you're even kind of going out of the conventional, like what a conventional relationship looks like. Like maybe you are in non-monogamous relationships or something of that nature. Or you just have, your relationship looks different than what most others do, and that's fine. Like, it's your love life, it's your dating life, and you can do it however you want. As long as you and your partner or partners are happy, then that's all that matters. So anyway, regardless of what your situation is, it just seems like you're taking that pressure off of yourself to have things figured out and to make things happen in a certain way. And it's when you let go that you'll notice your blessings coming in. I also think there's something here. You guys could be going through a spiritual awakening right now, or going through some form of energetic upgrade. And as you do this, you will notice things in your life that need changing. I feel like these two cards go hand in hand, because this card says adjustments are required, and this card says you are finding balance as you see what resonates and what does not. So, you know, as you're going through this energetic upgrade, you know, there might be parts of your life that you still identify with, that you still resonate, and other parts of your life that you don't. And you might spend the rest of this year kind of taking stock of your connections, your habits, what you do in the world, how you express yourself, your material possessions, and just thinking like, what still brings me joy? What do I want to keep? And what's got to go? Because like, we got to make some changes. You need to adjust your life to make room for the new you that is emerging. And give yourself grace at this time. With this I am so drained, this process might be very tiring. As you go through energetic upgrades, you might at first feel like your physical energy is very drained because you're processing a lot. And there's like a purge that happens and your energy goes down. And then once that purge is over, then you are very energetic. But as you're going through that drained period, I think just be really, really gentle with yourself. That's coming through. By the end of this year, your life is accelerating. Things are happening quickly for you. So, you know, this person that you've just met, things are moving really fast with them. Or if you're already involved with someone, it's like your relationship is moving fast. But I think this can also be just your life in general. Like, a lot is happening at once. With the Eight of Wands, I often see someone who has a very full plate and there's just like a million things happening in your life. So maybe you have this new relationship, and then you have new friends, and you have a new job, and you have a new house. It's like all of these areas of your life are upgrading and making progress at once. And I do think there's going to be a period where you are drained and overwhelmed, and it's just natural. It's just part of adjusting to the new life. We do have air travel, so some of you guys could be going on a trip by the end of this year, or moving somewhere that is like moving somewhere by air, relocating somewhere by air, and maybe you're dealing with jet lag or just the fatigue of it all. You know, moving is stressful, travel is tiring. But anyway, it's like a lot is happening and we're just tired. And I think with this purity card in reverse, this goes back to giving yourself grace, that you're not going to move through this transition perfectly. You're not going to adjust perfectly. You're not going to, the word bounce back is coming to my mind. You're not going to bounce back perfectly. And I think, you know, purity in the reverse is like not holding that standard to yourself to be perfect and flawless and effortless, and to allow yourself to make mistakes and allow yourself as much time as you need to adjust. One really easy example of this is like having a child. I don't know if you guys are actually having a child. I think it's just an example that it's like easy to illustrate this point. Once you welcome a child into the world, there's like a million things you need to think about, and you're super busy, like running around, all these things you have to stay on top of to take care of them, and your life is just not the same. It's just not. And so you have to reassess your priorities. You have to adjust some things in your life, and you have to let go of some things to make room for this new priority. And in the midst of all of that, like that's enough to be thinking about. That's enough to be handling. If in the midst of all that, you are expecting yourself to get back to your perfect body, or to get back to your social life and be responding to all of your connections in a timely manner, and to be getting all your work done the same as you did before, and be on top of all your housework the same that you were before. Like, that's BS. And I just looked at the Bluebird spirit that says BS. Like, don't hold yourself to that standard, because it's not fair, and it's not like expected of you, and anyone who is expecting that of you is goofy. And not that you're goofy, but if another person is putting that expectation on you, like, no, shut up. I'm going through a really big transition. You know, if you just moved to another country and you just started a new job and it's been a month and you still haven't finished unpacking your boxes, or you still haven't gone to City Hall to do some procedures, or you still haven't bought pots and pans for your house, like, it's okay. Like, you give yourself the time to adjust and to settle in your new self and your new priorities. Yeah, it's okay. Those of you, I feel like a lot of you are manifesting, because 8 of Wands also makes me think of manifestation. By the end of this year, you will be very, very close to like your end goal that you are manifesting. So I don't know, if you're manifesting your future spouse, maybe it's like you're going to be engaged by the end of this year. Or if you're manifesting $100,000, you're going to have $90,000. Like, you're very, very close to your goal. And yeah, I think obviously a new beginning in your love life is happening very, very soon, and things are going to move freaking quickly. So buckle up, I guess. But anyway, let's get into your tarot now. And actually, let me drink some water. Okay. Eight of Wands, it also makes me think of like a lot of communication coming in. So you and your person, for the rest of this year, you could be like texting a lot, or FaceTiming, or doing video calls a lot, or having really long talks on the phone, or you could be seeing each other a lot. It's like you're constantly interacting with each other. You're constantly spending time together. And maybe that's why, you know, your relationship is developing so quickly. camera is wanting to focus on this moon. You're very close to achieving your goal. The month of March could be like a significant time for you guys, like the next March, this coming March, or someone could be born in March. We also have earth sign energy here, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So you or someone significant could have those placements. And we have Sagittarius energy here, especially Mercury in Sagittarius. So someone could be a Capricorn with Mercury in Sagittarius. That is a thing. January 8th could also be a relevant date, or August 1st if we reverse it. Okay, let's get into the tarot. What series of events will be transpiring in group number 4's love life from now until the end of this year? Another ace, and it makes a lot of sense. The Ace of Wands, an exciting new beginning. Yeah, I'm a broken record, but you are meeting someone new very soon, because this is the first card in the whole timeline. So this is closest to your present moment. And then as we pull cards over here, this goes to the end of the year. So you are meeting someone very soon, or someone's offering you a relationship very soon, or you're like moving to the next level of commitment with your partner very, very soon. And now it's time for me to do my little spiel about how I love Wands and Pentacles together because Wands brings the fire, the excitement, the passion, the spark, and Pentacles brings the safety, the stability, the security. And when you have both of those, like, you're unstoppable. If you only have this, you don't feel secure. If you only have this, it's boring. So when you have both, it's like, it's fun and exciting, but also it's safe and grounded. And 2 aces. Love that. New beginnings abound. Okay, we have the 8 of Swords. Interesting, the tarot here was 1 and 8, and then again here it's 1 and 8. You and your person could be 1 year apart or 8 years apart, or you could be, or they could be a life path 1 or a life path 8, or these could be numbers in your birthdays. Could also be like 1981. Okay, we have the 2 of Swords. And then the Empress, and then at the bottom of the deck we have the 6 of Cups. You know what's so beautiful? I think 3 out of the 4 groups today have gotten the 6 of Cups because it came out in the previous group, in group 3, and then another group had it in their extended reading, which I love that because like we're all manifesting our soulmates. Yeah. So let me see, what do we have here? We have, this is Libra and Scorpio energy. So I don't know when you're watching this. I'm assuming it's in 2023, but within the rest of this year, Libra season and Scorpio season could be important times. So that's late September to late November. Oh, and this is also Libra. In terms of other zodiac signs that are present here, this is Gemini, particularly Jupiter in Gemini. This is Moon in Libra. This is Libra and Taurus energy. And this is the Sun in Scorpio. So, yeah, We have this exciting new beginning. Things are moving quickly. Something that will happen as your connection develops with this person. These two cards together, it does look to me like a bit of indecision or cold feet or insecurities and fears coming up. This could be something happening on your end or happening on your person's end, or even both of you. But I feel like with this Eight of Swords, is this person? It doesn't look like this person is tied up in any way. They're not even blindfolded. We would often see in the Eight of Swords someone who is literally stuck here. Like they're tied up with a rope and they're blindfolded. But, okay. This is the difference. So the Eight of Swords, it can talk about insecurities and fears and mindsets that keep us trapped. When I see someone here who is tied up and blindfolded, it would more so imply to me that they have yet to do the work to free themselves from this mental prison. So it's like something is still keeping them there. Whereas when this person is not tied up and blindfolded and they're like free to go, it more so indicates to me that this negative thought pattern is just a habit, and there's not really like anything deeper behind it or any like deeper work that needs to be done, which I actually think is more favorable, because I think it's easier to break free from negative thoughts that are just, well, I actually don't know if it's easier or not. Maybe it depends on the person and the situation. But what I felt called to say for you guys in this situation is like, it might be easier to break free from negative thought patterns that are just a habit that your brain has fallen into, rather than negative thought patterns that are coming from trauma or that are coming from a deeper wound that hasn't been healed. I think it's just a matter of like retraining your brain or getting into the habit of thinking the opposite thing. I think in the spiritual community, especially, we have a lot of content or like resources that are helping us to think more positively. And sometimes you'll hear people say like, oh, when you have a negative thought, just like catch yourself in it and suggest the positive thought to yourself. And I'm like, yeah, that can work sometimes, but like sometimes you have a deeper issue and it's not that simple. And you have to dig a little bit deeper. And I think for this case, it's a matter of habit. Someone has negative thoughts or someone has negative self-talk or insecurities, and it's just because that's what their brain is used to. And I think that those could be getting in the way at some point in this relationship. Okay, here's an example. Here's an example to help illustrate the point. Like this could be a number of different things, but just I feel like I want to explain it in a more concrete way. We have seen that this relationship is going to move very fast, right? And so one of you could start to get like scared or start to get apprehensive or start to second guess. I don't know, I feel like this is moving too quickly. And when you ask that person why, or like, why does that scare you? Why does that bother you? You would not hear this person saying like, oh, because in my last relationship, I moved way too quickly and I got my heart broken. So it's like this, this hang up from my past that I have, or I've seen what happens when I go too fast in life. Rather, you ask this person, why do you say that? Why does that concern you? Oh, like, cause I don't know, I just think it's too fast. Like it seems more like arbitrary or more just like a bias that their brain has. Like they have this arbitrary idea of how long it should take to get to certain points in a relationship. And so they have this limiting belief around it. It's not a limiting belief that's there because of trauma or because of something bad that happened to them before. They're just like, I don't know, I just figured that is how things are. And it's like, no. So all you have to do is, or this person has to do if it's them, is just challenge their brain to see things in a different way. And so that's why I say it might be easier, because it's not like we have to do this whole healing and shadow work process around it. It's just you have to challenge, like, why do you think that way? Oh, I don't know. Maybe they just heard a lot of people say that, or they've just been, conditioned to think that way. And you just have to uncondition. So, yeah, someone, and I don't know if it's directly related to how fast the relationship is going, but at some point in this relationship, someone is going to have hang-ups of like, I don't know about this. I don't know if we should keep going. I don't know if this is okay or whatever. But if you dig deeper about why, it's not really backed by any life experience is kind of how it's coming through. It's just like, oh, I just kind of thought this was how it was. And so, yeah, that would lead to some indecision on their end for a while. It looks like with the Two of Swords, feeling like not fully in it or not fully sure. But at the end of the day, group number 4 is like the love here is too strong. 3003 as I'm holding this up, and that's super beautiful because this is the card number 3. Like the love is just too strong, and I think at the end of the day, the love is always going to prevail. And whether this is you or your person or both of you who are having these hang-ups, you're going to choose love in the end. And wow, the Empress is such a beautiful card, like for love, for building healthy connections, for building promising and prosperous connections. It's like the highest love, or one of the most loving cards in the deck, I would say. And then Six of Cups, like we talked about, this is a soulmate card. This is like your souls feel at home together. Your souls feel like they've known each other forever. That's probably also a reason why the relationship can develop so quickly, because as soon as you meet each other, your souls just know, like, oh, I've known you forever. I just feel so comfortable with you. So yeah, it looks like this is just kind of a temporary hiccup, like a bump in the road that just requires some reconditioning and re-examining why we believe the things we do and why we have the fears we have. Because it may just be an unfounded or like irrational fear. It's like when I was afraid of cicadas, it's not because they're harmful. It's not because I had a bad experience with them. I'm just like, I don't know, I just think they look weird. I just think they look creepy. It's like not, it's not founded in anything. So it would be easier to recondition myself to not be scared of them. You know what I mean? It's something like that. Someone has a hang up about love, about relationships, about how their relationship is meant to go, that makes them like, oh, I don't know. But then they realize quickly that it's BS and that the love here is very strong and the love here is very real. But there could be a little bit of a holy shit, I can't believe I almost like second guessed the love of my life or like the romance of a lifetime because of this like glitch in my brain. But yeah, needless to say, like the Empress, this is divine love. This is true love. This is what both of you are choosing at the end of the day. This is also promising and prosperous, just like the Ace of Coins. So this is also big confirmation to me of like life partner potential or long-term potential with this person. We also have 2 cards that can talk about children, because the Empress can talk about parenthood. Six of Cups talks about childhood and children. So this could be the person that you have children with, or like eventually have children with. That could even be something that happens by the end of this year, depending on your situation, or something that you are talking about. With parents and children here as well, this could also be like meeting each other's parents, or getting the blessing from each other's parents. Maybe you're like taking a trip to go see someone's family and that feels like really fast. But in the midst of your life moving quickly, I hope that you will be gentle with yourself and give yourself all the time you need to adjust. And just, yeah, be kind to your brain too. I know our brain can be silly, but it's doing its best. So, wow, I'm really happy for you guys. I'm excited for you guys. This is what I'm seeing for your love life in the rest of 2023. We're going to take it over to the extended now, where we will see beyond the year of 2023 and see what the long-term outcome and the final outcome is of this relationship. And then we are going to get, since there's only one person coming up here, we will get a message from their 3D self and a message from their higher self. So if that sounds good to you and you'd like to join me in the extended, I'm going to have it linked down below. If not, if you are going to leave the reading here, I want to say thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm going to have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram. That's what happens when you're gesturing too much. I'm also gonna link my Patreon, where you can see exclusive timeless pick a card readings just like this one, and also decide on the topics for future videos, and my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video that is an original song. I'm also gonna have linked down below my latest release. And finally, my vlog channel and my merch, which features the floating temple that is at the start of this video. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here, group number 4s. I'm sending lots of love to you, to your partner, your family, your soul family, your higher selves, your spirit guides, your spiritual teams, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye!